Hi, Samantha from Soul Pathways, and it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, the 22nd of April. You ever have one of those days, you know the kind, where you just kind of wanted to end? Well, how about weeks? I mean, my day seems to be like a few days long. It might be the energy, but I've been going through some really harsh energies, and I'm not sure. I'm not thinking they're mine, but they might be. So I worked with them, but they were very hard for me to work through. So, with that being said, I'm exhausted. I've got like bags. I've been crying a lot. And I did something today I don't ever do, like ever. And I napped. I took a nap, and I never nap. I never nap. Not that naps are bad, I'm just not a napper. But I didn't nap because I wanted to rest. I napped because I wanted it to go away. You know, have you ever had a day so bad, or a time period so bad, where you just wanted to crawl into bed and throw the covers over your head? That was me today. But on the couch, curled up in a ball. And no, I didn't do it for the whole day. I mean, like, periods of time. It didn't feel good. So, I'm Samantha, and I'm from Soul Pathways. I'm an earth angel and a chosen child of God, anointed and heavily attacked. I'm just somebody trying to make her way home. And working through stuff while I'm doing it. Like anybody else, and like anything else, life doesn't stop, even for chosen children. In fact, I think life can be more challenging and complicated. Because normally, for people who fall into something like this, they may have a friend or a family member or somebody who cares. I was going to say gives a flying beep, just so you know, I swear. It may be the only thing I do, but it is something that I do. So if you have delicate and tender feelings about people who swear, especially people who are spiritual and swear, this might not be for you, this channel, because I definitely swear. But again, I don't do much else. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. But I swear. But my point of saying that is, I even remember a time when I was younger when I would fall into a hard place like this. And after time, somebody would realize, well, where's Samantha? And I might get checked up on. Might. But usually I would. My mom would probably be the one to do it. Her and I were the closest. But now that my mom has passed away, and I got bumblebees. Hi, bumblebee. I've been, there's a firm boundary between me and my family. I'm without family. So, days like today and any time where it gets challenging, I'm alone. It's just me and God. And I love God a lot. I really, when I say I love God, I mean that wholeheartedly. Because when I'm broken, He's the one that's been there. Or when I've needed a way, or a hand, or a shoulder, or an ear, or wise advice, it's been Him. The point of me bringing up any of this is that was then, that was earlier, and yesterday. This has been going on for about 36 hours now, but I feel like I'm coming through. I just heard there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, dear, and it was a feminine voice. I feel Divine Mother close. I have been surrounded very closely by my family today. Because, when things get really tough, this tough, and you don't have anybody who's for you, or you feel who's for you, it can weigh on you. Have you ever wanted something so bad and you've just worked so hard for it and it just doesn't seem to be manifesting, it doesn't seem to be coming through? And we're talking, for me, decades. And I know I'm fighting against things that most people wouldn't even understand if I expressed outwardly. Spiritual warfare is not something most really understand at a great length, but groups of people and things that just don't want success of certain people. But where there's a will, there's a way. And you might, say it's been hard, and that wouldn't be a joke. It's been real hard. When you've been working towards something your whole life, and it's like people dangling carrots in front of your face just to yank them out at the last second. And then to put them back, and then to yank them away, put them back, yank them away. It feels very frustrating sometimes. And I even found myself saying I couldn't do it anymore. And I felt in that moment I couldn't. And I wound up taking a nap on myself. So maybe that's exactly what I needed, was a break, because everything is on me. I have nobody that I can lay everything on or delegate things to. I mean, I have a child. That's not his place, and it should not be his place. So I give it to God. But I have to vent somewhere, and I think God holds space and grace for me on that front. I might not have it all together, but I think I'm going to have it all. I believe it eventually. And we all define our own goals differently. What all is for you will be vastly different to what all is for me. For me right now, it's just peace and a vacation, maybe a new car, and I need to move. So I mean, my list grows. My needs are very basic, because they're things that my needs are needs. Nothing frivolous, really. I even found myself downgrading my wish list today with God just to get some peace. And he gave me a talking to about that. See, I am only human. I'm not perfect. I am so far from perfect, it's not even funny. Thus the bug in my face. I'm not bugged by my imperfections. What I'm bugged by is I think it's the fact that I haven't been able to get it, or why can't I understand how to make this happen, or remove it, or is there something else? So there's a long conversation going on now. But that's neither here nor there. My channel is all about sharing hardships and things that I'm going through and how I'm healing them. How did I heal it? I cried. I vented outward. I explained exactly where I felt things were falling apart, what I felt was wrong, and what I felt I needed. I was very clear. I was concise. Maybe rather overly emotional, but that's to be expected. And then I took a damn nap. That's the first. I tried to disconnect from social media. And I sat in silence. Because the answers are within. Not outside yourself, they're within yourself. So have I answered any of the questions that have been giving me issues? I think I'm started. Like I said, I'm feeling better. I'm heading back. I'm rather resilient like that. I must have took a 3-hour bath to transmute it all. It was pretty bad. I wasn't sure what was louder, the crying sobs or the water coming out of the spout. It was pretty bad. But you know, when you carry, I'm like a sponge, and it's like I'm not only transmuting in I'm homeless in a hotel, so I'm transmuting not only my stuff, I'm realizing that I'm also taking others' junk. That's why I said I wasn't sure if this was all mine, because some of it felt not mine. And for those of you who have gifts, you'll maybe know what that means. I mean, I've got a dragonfly here, so there would have to be some spiritual growth and advancement there, because that's what that is. That's metamorphosis. That's transformation. But I do know that it came on all of a sudden, and now I'm back to leveling back out. So what you do will be up to you. I do know that how you talk to yourself matters. And I think during this time period I felt very sad, and I found myself feeling most bad because I felt like I let God down. And because I found myself doing a life evaluation of 50 years and seeing that I've not accomplished anything. Not yet, I just heard. But it's coming. But I even talked with with Dad today. I call God Dad. And, it concerns me, the timing on this, because am I just going to have a life full of work? I've spent the first half of my life working towards this, and then once I get it, I'll spend the second half of my life actually working at it, in it, within it. So it will be really a whole life of work. All work. I'm not sure I want a whole life of all work. I mean, as with anybody, I'm tired already, and I express that a lot. And I'm not trying to focus on it, but it is a feeling that is just innately there. I'm tired. And there's no two ways around it. If you're chosen and you've been going through spiritual warfare, I got a little turtle here with me, then you know. You know what I'm talking about, because you've probably felt this too. You've also probably felt like you wanted to quit a few times. I got a little turtle swimming around. You see him? Hi, little guy. I love you. Did you see the little turtle? He's a cutie patooter, isn't he? But I just can't imagine that I incarnated onto this world to work an entire lifetime, like from start to finish, without any, I'm not asking to be pampered or anything. I think a softer life would be nice, but it doesn't have to be like the soft life. I think I would get very, very bored, and I am somebody who is driven, but I don't want to have to work 7 days a week, every day, either. Oh my God, I got a ladybug that just landed. That's 2 ladybugs today, and 3 turtles, and multiple goldfish, and one of those fat, yellow, fluffy bumblebees, and then a few yellow jackets. Every single one of those things represents something different. Ladybugs are luck. Turtles are wisdom, timing, ancestral wisdom, and timing, and moving slow and steady. It can be connected to spirit as well. And the goldfish are abundance, prosperity of every kind, but particularly financial. And the bees are about work, soul purpose, community, the world, working together to build a better place. Oh my God, I'm hearing that song from the 80s. What is that song? We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a better place, so let's start giving. I was just hearing that song. And we are. And even on my hardest of days, and this was harder than a lot I've had most recently, I'm surfacing. I'm coming through it. Let's just say that. And I'm thankful, and all I can say is thank you, God. I wasn't sure. The way it was feeling, it felt so rotten. And for those of you who projected that onto me, that's a horrible feeling. I can see why you'd want to project that to me. But I want you to know, I don't need the projection. You don't think I've ever felt that alone and on my own? I need you to understand something. Let's be very clear. Without projection, you've made me feel that many, many, many times. You don't need to project feelings like that to me. You've just naturally put me in spaces and places and feelings like that. And I've had to heal them in silence all by myself. By choice, because I chose to rise and become better. You don't need to project. You need to go heal. And there's a little bug monitoring spirit. Honestly, I didn't have to take the energy on, but I didn't realize. And by the time I did, I felt too late, and I needed to work through, because I felt there were some things in there that were mine. So I did. I claimed and I worked through, but it was hard. Very, emotionally strenuous. I mean, it knocked me down on my frequency quite drastically for a minute. But it won't take me long to get back up. 25 on the timer, which is 7-7. Seven, 7, 7. And that's my mark with God, my number. Any form of 7, or 7, 7, or 7, 7, 7, or 7, 7, 7, 7. That's one of the confirmations that it's going to be okay. I just heard it's going to be okay. Actually, it's going to be better than okay. So, and to the grouping of women who think they're going to take me down, no, you're not. Because I've noticed that I've had about 5 cars pass. It's all women. See, I was being harassed by a really nasty little squad of unhealed women when I left my job in February because they had harassed me. And now they're harassing me in other ways. Well, I want you to know, I've got mating dragonflies. I got your ticket. And so does God. You ain't winning. You ain't. Period. I'm going to pray for your nasty soul. And it's only nasty because you haven't healed it. And only crazy people, crazy women with unhealed souls hurt other people, other women. Are you that insecure with yourself that you have to go around hurting women you don't even know? And here's another thing. Projecting negative feelings onto me to where I look like I'm the perpetrator rather than the victim. Like I'm the evil person or something. That's not gonna fly either. Aw, look at these cute little turtles. I got 1 turtle, 2 turtles. Look at all these little turtles. Hi, handsome. More or less. You need ringing. I got severe ringing in my divine masculine here. And I just had a man in a semi pull up and around, and now he's leaving. Don't tell me that wasn't gang stalking. He literally pulled in, came down here to clock me, and now he's gonna pull out. And this will be able to be shown in court. But the thing is, and let's be obvious, covert, right? Oh, he was just turning around. It looks like he was just turning around, ma'am. My butt, he was just turning around. And the 14,000 women that drove by all with sunglasses on, it was a sunny day, ma'am. Oh, okay. It was a sunny day. If you think I'm buying that, feed me another. I give it to God, though. Because truthfully, I'm over it for today. I've got other things. What this really is you guys know you're not getting nothing. And you're trying like heck to stop me from getting what's rightfully mine. Not happening. Not happening. So, nevertheless, people do some pretty crazy, mean, stupid things, but, you know, I know it's not really them. Not in service. Look at that. Not in service. That sign says not in service. Not in service. But the dark uses every device it can to distract or disrupt or to harass. I just saw a fish jump out of the water. You can form together and band together with every fucking nation. Go right ahead. Why don't you guys sing Kumbaya, kill the wonderful chosen child? And that will never work. God will kill all of you before I'm ever killed. This is my life. You will not win. Capiche? My life. I say what happens in my life, not you. And I have no idea what the you is. But you do not determine shit about my life. Nothing. And you don't get the money. And you don't get to give me any grief. And you don't get to say nothing about it. Or you're going to find yourself hurting. You probably already have. It's called karma. That's what happens to crazy, corrupt people who do crazy, corrupt things to people who are just here trying to make a living and do what they're contracted to do with God. And honestly, that's what I got. Nothing more and nothing less. But a bunch of corrupt people, once again, trying to stack the odds against a chosen child of God. Keep me trapped in a hotel, or to make me homeless, or to suck all the life out of me and make me look evil so nobody will love me, because according to them I don't deserve love, I don't deserve support, and I don't deserve kindness. And I'm not quite sure where they gathered that from, but it should tell you that they're directly attached to the devil. When you got people like that, if you can say stuff like that about a person and actually put that out of your mouth about another individual, there's something really wrong with you. There will be justice here. And the justice, frankly, isn't for you. No matter how much you want me to believe you guys are the ones being harmed, you're the perpetrators. Don't get it twisted. It's never been me. Hello? I don't care how many karmic readers I have to unsubscribe from and knock off my channel. And whatever else you think. I am the real chosen one in this area. Not you. Capiche? Yeah, I've got 4 turtles. And that's my ancestors. I tell you, and I kid you not, without even knowing any of you, I know the vibe. I know what you're trying to do. I know it before you even frickin' do it. The plots and the plans and the schemes. It's really sad that a bunch of people who call themselves adults, and elite adults at that, or wealthy adults at that, who presumably some may be educated, and I will just say some, don't use their brains. And I say that in the most respectful way that I can, but I don't see how you're using your brain when you have been told time and time again not to mess with me, and you keep messing. Who are you? And who do you think you are? I'm here to help the world. You and I are not the same. You take down people to pretend to help the world for the money. You and I are not the same. You spread lies, gossip, and rumor to pretend to look a certain way to the public. You and I are not the same. You project your negative feelings, emotions, and battered whatever else onto me. Again, so I will look a certain way to the public, so you then maintain a certain facade. You and I are not the same. I sit here after a day of crying with bags under my eyes, no makeup, and I bare my soul. You wouldn't be caught dead doing this, and I guarantee there's a mimic on the other end who's thinking, I'll do better than this one, and they'll put out a video too, fake weeping, fake talking shit out the side of their face. You and I are not the same, because you don't work for God. God doesn't have horns, motherfucker. And I'm telling you, and I told you before, this is over. Stop sending me your shit. It's getting old that you're so bitter and filled with hate inside of yourselves that you think it's my responsibility to deal with your karmic crap. Nah. We're not the same. Exactly. I don't do things for the money. I don't do things for the looks. I don't do things to get likes. I don't do things for the vote. I don't do things to get laid. I don't do things for drugs. I don't do things for a car or to get my bills paid. I don't hurt people for these things either, or for the experience. What you see is what you motherfucking get. I'm real, I'm authentic, and I'm raw. And yeah, people may not like me, but guess what? More and more people are liking me. Why? Because I give hope. I say, hey, yeah, it can be hard, but you know what? Look, I made it through. I know it's hard, but look, I've come out the other side. I might not look great, but tomorrow will be better. And the day after will be better. I'm not here faking it. Putting up profiles based on stealing somebody else's energy. Namely mine, and you know it. You're a clout chaser, riding my tails, and you know it. You don't like me because I know what you're doing, and you know that. And guess what? I simply don't care. I don't have time to care. Get over yourself. There's a whole world of people out here with lives. You're fucking every one of them up. And all these people that you're messing with, these people that are just mindless to you, you don't care. They have names, they have feelings, they have families, they have lives, and you're stepping all over them, including me. And that's what matters. And that is what makes us different. You and I, we are not the same. I need you to note that. We're not, and we never will be. Because you're going to wind up going to prison for the things you've done here. And are doing still. And maybe not through me. And maybe I don't know when or how. But I promise you, I know God. Because He's my Father. I've known Him for 50 years. He knows you. And if you have betrayed me, and are betraying me and hurting me in any way right now, hurting me, my child, my finances, trying to harm me and the direction of my life and the contract I am supposed to serve out with Him, you are going down. He will take you down, not me. He will take you down. And you won't even know how. You'll be like, oh, my tire's flat on my car. That's just a coincidence. Oh, I've gotten sick. That's just a coincidence. Oh, I'm losing money. I want you to know right now. No, it's not. No, it's not. That shit is because of me. But really, it's because of you. Honey, what you do in the dark always comes back to bite you in the ass. You have to know that by now. You cannot do bad things and get away with it. Not forever. Not at all. Not to me. I hope you understand that. Because I'm not mincing my words. I can't get any more real than this, and I'm too tired to cry. If you have and are still sitting in the parking lot at an extended stay, or in any parking lot, or are sitting in online chat forums talking about what you're doing next, paying people to harm me, stalking me from this phone or any device, you're going to pay, and royally. And the note for that is, for anybody who's still here, when people do you wrong, don't worry. Because in the end, when people do bad things to other people, God sees that. And He will make sure to turn it around for you. I am proof of that in so many ways. My whole life is proof that God loves me. Otherwise, I'd be dead. I just was told there could have even been some poisoning going on. Who knows? But I ate pasta the other night, and in the meat, I tasted something very bitter in my meat. And I threw the rest of my pasta out. I don't know. But I have been poisoned multiple times. And I want you to know, if you're doing things to my son, this applies to him too, because he's as much me as I'm me. He's like my heart running outside of my body, that boy is. And he's as protected as I am. So as you do unto me, or unto him, you're doing unto me. And you know that. So if you're willing to do things to my child, that speaks volumes about what kind of adult you are. In my life, I've just never, ever, I mean, it blows my mind, the things people are willing to do to children and teenagers. Unspeakable shit. As a psychic medium, I've seen some pretty nasty things. We do have a pedophile among us, so watch out about who you're asking to babysit the children. It's a man. Nevertheless, I guess this message was too full, or maybe 3, to share with you what I went through and to bring you the update on where I'm at and to encourage you, because I know people, I'm not the only one that goes through stuff like this, and I know it. But also to address the people who did this to me and who are just continually, because, you know, when frequency drops, which it did because of what I've went through, I have to raise my frequency back up to get myself, and I will. It's just a sad reality when you have to talk like this to people who should have an understanding not to harm people, but I guess that's their job. It doesn't make sense, though, to me. Because like I said earlier, I'm not like them. We're not the same. Although they really want me to believe I'm the one who's causing the problem, because that's what they're spreading, right? Please. The one crying in the room all day trying to transmute everybody's junk is the one causing everybody's problem. Okay. Anyways, I gotta go make some dinner for my kid because I've got a life to live. You know, life doesn't stop because of all this. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's like you break your leg, but you still gotta go live your life, you know? You still gotta go mop the floor or whatever, even with a broken leg. I mean, shoot, you just gotta keep moving. And that's life. And that's where I'm at. I mean, I know my time where things get easier. It's coming. I believe it. 51:28 when I said that, and if you add it up, it's a 7. So yes, I believe it. And anyways, if you made it through, thanks for listening. A lot of venting on that one, but it's been a tough day, so please hold space and grace for me as I do you. Know I love you. Because I do. From somebody who feels, and really did feel it this morning, feels often like she has exactly nobody. Know that the love is there. I hope to change that. I really do. I've asked for a change in that way. May blessings flow to you and through you in every way, always. And may you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Yeah. And relax and enjoy the sounds, and wherever you are, may it be peaceful. Much love to you.